This is Lawrence Porter. I'm the chairman of CAUSE, the Committee Against Utility Shutoffs. I'm here at the home of Walter and Wanda Scott. Walter was forcefully removed from the home last month after the Department of Human Services discovered that the family was living without utilities, without heat. Last August, DTE Energy came out to the home and dug up the yard and removed the piping for gas because they had an overdue bill of $8,000. They did it deliberately in the summer to make sure that the family did not qualify for the winter protection program to have heat on during the winter months. Walter Scott is 95 years old and suffers from Alzheimer's disease. So Wanda, could you tell us what happened when your father was removed?
Me and my father was here January the 12th. It was on a Wednesday afternoon at 12:30. We was taking a nap upstairs. The caseworker from Adult Wellbeing came by with the city police, the ambulance, and the fire department. They broke into the side of the house. I was not expecting them. They did not call. When I heard a loud sound downstairs in the pass hall, they shined the light in my face and came upstairs and took my father out the room. And I have not been able to see him in the nursing home since he'd been there.
So why did the Department of Human Services come to remove your father?
Because there was no heat all over the house, and they thought that was neglect. I would never abuse, beaten, and abandon my father. We love and like each other. We support and encourage each other. We like two peas in a pond. We running buddies.
Now, there was no heat in the home. What happened that the heat was turned off?
It was turned off because the bill got too high. I contacted different agencies, and they said that the funds wasn't available.
Now, who turned off the gas? Was DTE Energy?
It was DTE Energy.
And the bill was for how much?
The bill was over $8,000.
Now, this is something that built up over a period of time, over years?
Ever since 2005. So it's been 6 years already.
Now, as I understand it, you were paying $100 a month for your gas, and that was an agreement that DTE had carried out for payment of your bill. Is that correct?
Right. They accept the $100 in the previous months, but they turn around and send me a document and call me and said that wasn't enough to keep the gas on.
And even though you spoke to them several times, they refused to set up a payment agreement with you. Is that correct?
They refused to make an arrangement about a payment plan because they told me that his income was too high.
Now, DTE, as I understand it, came out unexpectedly and dug up your yard.
That's correct.
What happened?
They came by August the 31st with a tractor and started digging up. Then they came on September the 1st with DTE Energy crew and started going down in the hole to disconnect the pipes. And I turned off the service right then and there. So
they sent a whole crew here to dig up your yard and remove the piping so you make sure you didn't have any heat.
Right.
What happened when you contacted DTE?
When I contacted DTE Energy, they said that I would have to pay the full amount in order to have the service turned back on. And I told them that me and my father don't have that kind of money.
Your father has been removed. And I understand, is it correct that his income has also been taken by the state? They're not letting you have any income in order to take care of the things in the home?
Yeah, they cancel out on his pension and Social Security.
So you have no income?
No income at the present moment.
Nothing?
Nothing at all.
And even though you've contacted the Department of Human Services, what did they say to you?
But when the social worker came by, she did not recommend me for extra assistance as money, food, transportation, and so forth. Okay, ever since the gas been turned off and the temperature started dipping to a bitter cold temperature, That's when this damage occurred. The ceiling started peeling, and then it affected the walls. During the time that the gas was on, it wasn't like this at all. Frozen pipes and probably busted. This is the kitchen area, like the previous session before I got this way, the same problem. Pipes is frozen behind the walls and ceilings. My main concern right now is to get the heat turned back on as soon as possible so my father can return. DTE Energy never agreed to work out a payment plan, and I was wrong. I contacted different agencies. They said that the funds is not available. I've done a lot of networking. I've done my best. By my gas being turned off, it was a miserable feeling. And since it's winter time now, I need the gas on, just to keep our body warm. I could not be able to cook and clean because it feels like the outside. And some days it does feel worse than the outside. I've been a member of CAUSE since August. I feel that every individual who have to pay utility deserve they light, gas, and water, as long as they're able to pay. But when they fall behind, it's not always their fault. When the help is not there, that's just like suffering. You're striving and struggling, trying to make ends meet. You don't know where your next funds is going to come for. And it just makes you upset and angry and disappointed. And I want to see him in the nursing home so I can check out his vital signs to see if he's still going to remember me and how is he cared for or not. The sooner I can get a chance to get to the nursing home and visit him at my earliest convenience as many times as I want until he returns home, the better. Because I'm worried about him. I can't stop thinking and talking about him. I'd even go to sleep and dream about him, wake up looking around at him to see, is he here, unexpectedly, or can I come and get him, or somebody bring him back to me. I just want to visit my father before he returned home, but I'm not allowed to. There is a man that is supposed to be a caseworker. He told me and my father would never be able to see each other for the rest of our lives as long as we living. They treat me like I'm a criminal. I live an upright life. My record is clearer than the glass I'm looking out right now. I've never been to jail or prison, but they treat me like I'm nothing. And I refuse to accept that. And something got to be done.